Night.
General Hospital will continue in a moment.
We just wanted to thank all of you for your help.
We couldn't have done it without you.
You were absolutely wonderful during the emergency. We're proud of every one of you. Now, I'm ordering you to go on home.
You certainly all deserve a rest.
And I don't want you coming back until tomorrow morning, understand?
Well, you don't have to tell me twice.
Or me.
Yes. Thank you, Dr.
Thank you. Now, get out of here.
Going.
You know, Audrey, we have a pretty wonderful staff here at this hospital.
Well, they take after their chief.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'd better get back to my office.
See you later, Grandpa.
Maintenance to the 6th floor nurses.
First things first.
Maintenance to the 6th floor nurses.
Hey, Dad.
Now you've done it. Your mother's already talking about starting to knit baby booties.
Booties?
Booties, yes.
Booties? Have you seen my fiancé?
Oh, you don't know how happy it makes me to hear you use that word.
Well, it does have a nice little ring to it, doesn't it?
Yes, so to speak.
So where is Simone anyway?
We just left her in her office.
Did she go up there to call her folks?
Well, she tried, but she couldn't get through. All the circuits were busy because of the snow.
Good.
Good? I mean, don't you want her to tell her parents the good news?
Well, I'm not so sure it's such a good idea.
Well, why?
Well, Simone isn't as lucky as I am. Her parents aren't as understanding. I'd better run up there and give her some moral support.
Oh, come on. I think you're just exaggerating the situation.
No, I hope you're right, but I wouldn't bet on it, Mom.
Oh, of course I'm right. Simone's parents only want what's best for her, just as your father and I do for you. Now, as soon as she tells them how much in love she is with you and how happy she is to be engaged, everything's going to fall right into place.
Father, how can you be so callous?
I prefer to think of it as being realistic.
You know, I really thought that you'd be happy for me.
I am, but I'm also concerned. What about the future?
The future can take care of itself, thank you.
I'm afraid it doesn't work out that way. Problems just don't disappear because we turn our backs on them.
Problems? Problems? What problems? I'm engaged to be married to the man I love.
Simone, love isn't enough.
For me, it is.
You say that now when everything is moonlight and roses. But what happens when the bloom wears off? Like it or not, you're hardly involved in just another romance. It's an interracial affair.
So?
So you and Tom will never be an ordinary couple. You'll always be a black woman married to a white man. You know, making a marriage work is difficult enough without having to concern ourselves with problem of color.
Look, Tom and I love each other. Nothing else matters, okay? Nothing.
This is obviously not a conversation we can have on the phone. Your mother and I need to talk with you face to face.
Yeah. So you guys can try to talk me out of it.
Promise me. You won't do anything rash until we three get together and discuss this properly.
I promise, Dad. But I'm telling you right now, that's not going to change anything because I am going to marry Tom.
We'll see, Simone. We'll see. Goodbye.
Goodbye. How long have you been standing there?
Long enough for me to realize that I agree with whomever you were speaking to.
That was my father.
I thought so. And you know he's right, Simone. Believe it or not, love is not a magic cure-all. And sooner or later, the color issue is going to come between you.
Well,
and
it's
Tom.
never been an issue before.
You've never been married before.
Irma, what does that have to do with anything? I didn't fall in love with him because he was a white man. I fell in love with Tom Hardy. And Tom wasn't running around for a black woman to marry. He proposed to me, Simone Rebel. He wants me to marry him.
I know, honey, but it's just not that simple.
But it's you and my parents that are making everything so simplistic. I'm talking about human beings, and you guys are giving me stereotypes.
No, we're giving you cold, hard facts.
Facts? No. The only fact is that you people are preoccupied, no, obsessed, with this whole color issue from the very beginning of this ordeal. You know, you aren't the ones who are in love and getting married. And I respectfully ask that you just stay out of my personal life, okay? And just mind your own damn business. Oh, excuse me, I have patients to see.
Maintenance to the 5th floor east wing. Maintenance to the 5th floor east wing. Dr. Stein.
Who'd you talk to, Mom or Dad?
My father.
I guess he was something less than thrilled with our good news.
Well, no, he was happy, but...
But you're black and I'm white, and the twain shall never meet, right?
Got it.
Don't you just love these enlightened times?
Well, you know, I know he's just thinking about my welfare.
And what am I trying to do, destroy you?
Tom, please.
All right. I'm sorry. I don't blame you or your father. I just wish we could make him realize how much we love each other.
He just doesn't think that's enough.
What did he say? Tell me everything.
He, basically just disagrees with everything. He says you're a fine young man. He doesn't want me to marry you.
And your mother agrees with him?
Oh, I'm sure she does.
How about you?
Oh, Tom, you know how I feel.
Tell me again.
I love you.
Still?
Nothing can change that.
Not even your father's attitude?
Absolutely not. Oh, Tom, I adore you, and I always will. I want more than anything to be your wife.
And you will. You know how happy you've made me. The past few days have been the best of my life. I mean, the woman I love has finally agreed to marry me.
Even if it took a while to get to it, huh?
Well, you had to be ready. I'm just overjoyed you finally are.
I just wish everyone else was.
Everyone? We're talking about your parents, right? Simone, we've overcome incredible odds before. We can do it again. As long as we're willing to fight, no one can keep us apart.
You have to believe me. Nothing can stop how much I love you. But I think we ought to get back to work right now.
Work?
Because as sweet as my future father-in-law has been about this whole ordeal, I don't want to push our luck, okay?
No. When I do something like that...
Well... Thanks.
I'll see you later. Bye.
I love you, and you, and you. All of you.
I don't know how much longer we can keep this up. Marcia's going to become suspicious of our act pretty soon.
I'm just having a wonderful time.
I don't dare let her walk out of here with a puppy. I mean, Anna would have my head if she took home a dog without first some family discussion.
So what are we going to do? Who knows when Dirk's going to come back?
Hey, you know what might be fun, sweetheart?
I'm having fun, Daddy.
Yeah. But what about Felicia and me here? I mean, we'd like to do something too, you know,
We'll take a puppy. That's really fun.
Better idea. Now, look, it's snowing outside. Why don't we run out there and play in the snow, eh? What do you say?
Oh, yeah, I'd like to get out and
You
play
think
in the
that's
snow.
funner than playing with puppies?
It'd be fun to go out and play in the snow.
Yeah. Come on. Hiya.
Come on, honey. It's time to get some afternoon feeding. Oh, you come, Sammy.
Yeah, come on, let's get ready to get out of here. You right? Got your gloves and all? Right. All right, now let's button up because...
Dinner.
A hot chocolate, Kelly's.
With whipped cream?
It better be.
With all right. You're talking with whipped cream.
Mr. Marsh.
Oh, hello there. The little girl and friends go?
Yes, they did. I heard something about playing in the snow in the park across the street.
She's a nice little girl. Now, what can I do for you?
I'm very upset.
Huh?
I thought that I would have the cash to pay for Satan today, but I'm afraid there's been a slip-up.
That's no problem. Your original deposit is more than enough to begin training. Okay, I'll go get him. He's right outside. You're going for a short walk, Satan. Well, here he is. Go on. Boy, I've never seen a dog act like that.
Good boy, good boy.
There are over 5.
She didn't go into much detail, but the bulk of the conversation was her father strongly disapproved.
Well, you were afraid that they would object.
You know, I just don't understand Dr. Ravel. I mean, Simone's told him how much he loves me. Doesn't that count for anything?
You can't blame a father for trying to protect his daughter.
Protect her from what, me?
Circumstances.
Circumstances. Now, Simone and I have our own set of circumstances. I have half a mind to hop a shuttle to New York City and have it out with Dr. Ravel. Let him know what kind of man he's dealing with. Let him tell me to my face I'm not the man to make his daughter happy.
I wouldn't recommend that, son. I don't happen to agree with Dr. Ravel's philosophy, but I do respect his concern for her well-being, and so should you.
You know, she must be a wreck.
Well, Simone's trying to downplay it. I know she's hurting. You know, her parents mean the world to her. I'm not so sure she'll go through with this marriage without their approval.
Volunteer Joe White, please contact Volunteer Services.
Oh, hi.
Simone, are you all right, dear?
You told him.
I'm so sorry. I just wish there was something we could do.
So do I, but we'll work it out.
You know, I may be selfish, but would you two join us for dinner tomorrow night?
Oh.
We can put all this unpleasantness behind us and properly celebrate your engagement.
I'm not so sure that's a good
Oh,
idea.
it would mean so much to us to spend an evening with our son and future daughter-in-law. Oh, Simone, dear, we're so eager to have you part of the family. We just want you to feel at home right away.
We'd love to.
Oh, good.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you tomorrow then, right? Come on, dear.
Yes,
Take
yes.
care.
We have lots to plan.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh,
You're not really up for this, are you?
no, not really. But your parents are just so sweet. I couldn't refuse them.
Let's head back to the mountains. Slip into the cabin. Lock the door and pray for snow.
Come on, guys. Come on. Come out, come out. It's not nice to hide from Daddy Robin. Come on. Where are you, sweetheart? Come on. Felicia, you don't come out. I'm going to fire you. Right. Hey, come on now. Now, you cheated.
Cheated?
You
No,
cheated.
look
That's not the record.
No.
You
Her hair, she looks like a snowman, doesn't she? She's covered with snow.
All right, that's it then. As far as I see it, you lost, and I won, and the hot chocolates are on you, baby.
You know what, Daddy? I got it. Get him now. He's on the ground. Get him now.
Okay, that's it. There. Come on. There. Come on.
Imagine.
Yo, Tony Dancy.